This lesson is find a parallel and perpendicular line through a given point and a line. Part 2. Here, a given point and a given line. So in this example, the point is given, and this is x1 for 2, y1 negative 1, and the given line. One more time. This is the given point and the given line. This 2 is x1, this negative 1 is y1. This given line looks exactly as y mx plus b. If this given line is in this form, which is called y-intercept form, y mx plus b, then your slope is right at the letter m, or the slope is right next to the letter x. One more time. If the given line is in the slope-intercept form y m x b, then the slope is right next to the letter x right here. This is my slope. Okay, now use this slope to find the parallel and perpendicular line. One more time. If the given line is in this format, y mx b, y mx b, then the number next to x will be my slope. Okay, now use this slope to find the parallel and perpendicular line. So let's do on the left side first to find the parallel line. Parallel means you must have same slope. So therefore, you are going to reuse the original slope. One more time. To be parallel, you will use the same slope. So my original slope is negative 7/5. I'm going to reuse this slope because that's what parallel is. Same slope, so you are reusing the same slope, the original slope. Okay, so we're going to reuse negative 7/5. Same formula here. This is the point slope form where I have y minus y1 m x minus x1. Well, the given point x2 is 2 is x1, negative 1 is y1. Okay, so 2 is x1, negative 1 is y1. So now just plug the numbers in. So y1, which is negative 1, m, which is my negative 7/5 slope, and then x1, which is 2. Okay, again, why are we using negative 7/5 again? Because based on the definition of parallel, you want the same slope. So we are going to reuse negative 7/5. Make sure you plug it in correctly. Again, this is y1, this is y2. This is y1 and this is x1. Okay, so one more time. This is y1. This right here is my m, and this right here is my x1. Now the reason why this has parentheses is because I have two negatives. If I don't have two negatives, you don't need to put parentheses. Okay, so one more time. This is y1. This is my m. This is my x1. Okay, next just multiply things out and do your order of operations. So negative and negative gives me plus 1. Here I just have one set of parentheses, so just multiply it out. So negative 7 times 5. Negative 7/5 times x is negative 7/5 x. Negative 7/5 times negative 2. I did the work here, so since we're just multiplying fraction, just multiply across. So negative 7 times negative 2 gives me positive 14. 5 times 1 is 5. So 14/5 is over here. Okay, one more time. Negative times negative, positive 1. Negative 7/5 times x, which is here. Negative 7/5 times negative 2, which is positive 14/5. Okay, next we want to subtract 1 over. So all I did was I rewrote this equation down here so that you can see the negative 1 is being moved. Okay, so this is positive. I want to subtract 1 over. So this 1 goes away, so I just have y. Bring down the negative 7/5 x. Now here, 14/5 subtract 1. So here we go, adding and subtracting fractions. Okay, so start from the left. 14 times 1, 14. Don't forget this minus, so bring that minus down. 1 times 5 is 5. And then multiply the bottom. 5 times 1 gives me 5. Now just add and subtract the top. So 14 subtract 5 gives me 9/5. So 9/5 will be here. So 14/5 subtract 1 is positive 9/5. And this is the final equation because it is y equal mxb. Okay, so this equation is parallel to the given, which is up here. One more time. This equation is parallel to the given because we are using the same slope. Okay, so over here we are looking for perpendicular. So to be perpendicular, you will do negative reciprocal. However, let's use these two words so it makes it easier to understand. So negative, you're going to use the word opposite. Reciprocal, you're going to flip. So opposite the sign and then flip the fractions. So here's my original slope, negative 7/5, negative 7/5. Follow the format here. Opposite, so if this was negative, then you will do positive. Okay, if this was positive, then over here should be negative. So that's why I use the word opposite. So opposite, if this is negative, over here should be positive. Flip, so you're going to flip the fractions. So instead of 7/5, it will become 5/7. Okay, so one more time. To be perpendicular, you will use the original slope, but opposite flip. Or the correct way to say negative reciprocal. One more time. To be perpendicular, you will reuse the original slope. Okay, so reuse negative 7/5. Follow these two words. Opposite means negative becomes positive, or positive becomes negative. Then the second word, you will flip the 7/5, and that becomes 5/7. Okay, so this is the one that we are going to use. Do not reuse, do not go back to negative 7/5. You are going to use positive 5/7 because of perpendicular. Perpendicular means negative reciprocal or opposite flip. Okay, so one more time. You're going to reuse the negative 7/5 to get the new slope. One more time. Reuse the negative 7/5 to get the new slope. Okay, so opposite means negative become positive. Flip, you're going to flip 7/5, becomes 5/7. 5/7 is the one that we are going to use. Okay, so again, this right here will be y1. This is my new slope. Do not use the old slope, use the new slope, which is 5/7. And then this is my x1. Okay, so the rest is just order of operations. So negative times negative is positive 1. 5/7 times x is 5/7x. 5/7 times negative 2. Here's my work over here. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. 7 times 1 is 7. So it becomes negative 10/7. So 5/7 times negative 2 is negative 10/7. Okay. Next, you want to bring the 1 over. So subtract 1 over. So y 5/7x, subtract 1 over. So negative 10/7, subtract 1, which I have to work over here. So same thing, starting from the left, negative 10 times 1, negative 10. Don't forget this minus right here, so bring this minus down. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 times 1 in the bottom, which still gives me 7. Okay, and then do your order of operations. Negative 10, negative 7 gives me negative 17/7. So you will put negative 17/7 here. Okay, so this is the final equation that we are looking for, which is perpendicular to the original equation. So one more time. This equation right here, is parallel to the given because I'm using the same slope. As you can see, -7 fifth, -7 fifth. This equation is perpendicular to the original, the given equation, because I am using opposite flip. Okay, so one more time, this equation is parallel to the given because the slope are the same. This equation is perpendicular to the original because I am doing the negative reciprocal, which is opposite flip. Okay, you only do the negative reciprocal on the slope. Okay, so this is part 2.